Thank you, Devin, and here we are the morning after the election day. I'm joined now by Representative Tom Tiffany of the 7th Congressional District. Thanks for joining me this morning.
It's great to join you, Michael.
Yeah, congratulations on your win this cycle.
Thank you.
You know, always a trying time. I'm sure it's got lots of stress with it as well. And so tell us a little bit about it. You know, what has this cycle kind of been different about as opposed to the last times you've run?
Well, with it being a presidential race, I mean, and a presidential race plus a U.S. Senate race, which is so hotly contested, looks like Senator Baldwin is going to pull it out, but really a tight race. So, you know, all eyes were on Wisconsin once again. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. All you had to do is see where the candidates were going, the presidential candidates, and that's where the action was, and it was right here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, you know, it is one of the joys of being one of these battleground states. We get a lot of attention. You know, it really feels like our votes matter, you know, a lot out there, which is a nice thing to feel as a voter in the States. But moving forward into your new term, what are you kind of looking at project-wise, you know, to kind of tackle in these next few years?
I thought there were three big items that the voters were the decision-making issues. One is they want the border secured. I mean, just look at the referendum that passed in Wisconsin last night in regards to only citizens can vote. People want the border secured. Second of all, they want the high cost of living to come down. I mean, young people can hardly afford to pay rent, much less be able to buy a new home. And I think that affordability thing was part of what helped President Trump win. And the final thing is, weakness has led to war and instability around the world. They want to see a strong America on the world stage once again.
Right, right. And looking forward to the next 4 years and the presidential outcome of this election, what are you sort of looking at to, you know, accomplish with, you know, if the projected, you know, Trump is projected to be the next president of the United States now, and what do you sort of think that means for the House and the Senate and working together with the next president?
Yeah, so we Republicans have a majority in the Senate now that we didn't have the previous couple of years, and so that certainly changes things. It will help President Trump be able to get his nominees through, having a majority, as well as judges. He's going to be able to get them through the Senate. So that's a really big deal. And then if we hold the House also, I think some things you're going to see, and stuff that I'll be focused on, is we got to get back to energy independence. America does not prosper unless we have low energy costs. I mean, diesel fuel moves the world, right?
There you go.
And so that will be one of the #1 things that can bring down this inflation. And we've got to stop the deficit spending out in Washington, D.C. It's always been one of my #1 issues, including when I was in the legislature. We got to get back to spending within the taxpayers' means. So those are a couple things we'll really be focused on. Sitting on the Judiciary Committee, we have jurisdiction in regards to the border. It is time to secure the border. And I believe with President Trump as president that we can make that happen.
Right, and now in your next term, what are you sort of looking to do for Wisconsinites, you know, especially in your district, the 7th District here in the Northwoods? What's sort of the things that you're looking to do that are going to directly impact us up here?
I think one of the #1 issues is the wolf delisting. I authored the bill that passed through the House. It died in the Senate. I'm really hoping if Senator Baldwin is coming back that she will finally champion that in the Senate. It is time for the wolf to be delisted. We see the harm that is being done in rural Wisconsin. That is, as far as a regional issue, that is really one of the important issues. And we got a couple major projects that are kind of stuck at this point in regards to energy independence. Line 5 up in Ashland, that reroute should be built. And then there is the Nemadji Trail project in Superior, nearly $1 billion project to produce electricity via natural gas. Hopefully the permitting can get done for that. So those are a couple issues that we'll really be focused on here.
Well, thanks for taking the time to answer those questions. We're going to be right back with Tom Tiffany right after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere.